check something. I think I got it right now.
Big. Big.
Peace, brother.
Hey, peace.
Peace. I know everybody traveling. Peace.
Yeah, I'm going to pick up baby right now from school.
This live. About to broadcast this real fast. I just open it up. If brothers
Okay.
want to be live on Zoom with me. So if anybody want to ask anything, y'all right here. So any question or anything, I'm open for it. One second. Okay. Yeah, I'm about to tap in right now. Yep. Peace, Moso.
Peace, Thomas.
How you doing?
Big.
Peace, Zoe. How you doing?
Doing good, no?
Yes, sir. Just getting my notes. Just getting all my notes together. We about to jump in it. We about to dive in it.
The novel that I was telling you about the other day, my my Joe, uh, saying that he want to come be a guest this weekend. He hit me up himself, so I guess the theory. So inshallah, we don't have a guest for this weekend. Sunday school.
Absolutely. Our door's always open. You know that.
Um,
Have to blow my nose real fast. Sorry about that. Ah, man. Yes. I still got some scrambling around to do, so I'm going to cut my camera off for a minute. All right. All right, all right, all right, all right. Okay. All right. First and foremost, I'd like to say peace, 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 peace to everyone, all the true light seekers, those that are biblical students, Quranic students, those that I like to say that are light seekers. I always challenge my brothers and sisters to stay with the scriptures. Don't be mad at what the scriptures say when others profess, when those that say they preachers and things. You are a minister, and we have the right guidership. We have the right toolage to get us where we need to be as the God, the heaven. You know, everything is the all, and the all is in you, is in me. It's nothing outside the all. The all is a part of you. The all is a part of me, brothers and sisters. You see? It's nothing greater than God. So when people talk about heaven, is heaven greater than God, or is God heaven? You see? These is the things that I'll be saying. And when we talk about the most high, okay, if something is the most high, then it's something that's high. It might not be higher than you, but it's some things that high if you are the most high. Just like the pantheon. It has to be other so-called gods, ETCs, if you are the pantheon. You know, I hope brothers with me when I'm dealing with linguistics and language. I hope brothers is with me, you know. Oh, peace, Moso.
Islam. Peace.
So I want to just say that, you know. And a lot of the stuff that we doing here, y'all, it's not easy. That's why we doing the work, because the work wasn't the norm. You see, everybody was caught up under a spell. When you think about that, man, think about it. If Joshua Jesus was persecuted for his teachings, that means the masses didn't know. What, until the death? So they didn't know what they do? We way past that. No, was we beyond that? And so we talk about riddles. And like our prophet said, removing the veil. We have to start talking about our story, y'all, and not afraid of it, and then interpret the language. We can't let no one other profess, because look at it like this from perspectives or understanding. If we were talking about the one God element in Islamic, we'll be using Islamic words. If we was talking about it in other religions, we'll use that manifestation. But if you understand, we're talking about the same thing. Our story. You know, our story. So when I talk about things, y'all, about different religions, when people say this is the black man religion or gods and earth, I want us to be researchers and be okay with the right science, because y'all have literature. Y'all have the little red book nobles that the nation have. Y'all have all these manuscripts to look at when people say this is that. And so we're going to deal with some things. And I'm going to ask the question back to y'all because y'all got the manuscripts. Can Nobles, can y'all hear? I know Lamarck said he couldn't hear. Can y'all hear?
Can you hear me? Islam.
Yeah, I can hear you. I know that's maybe Lamarck. He always having an issue on Zoom for some strange reason. But even my beloved brothers, the nation, you know, the gods on earth. Remember, they broke off from the, from the 5%ers who broke off from the Nation of Islam. Wasn't they? Clarence X, was that 1964? Right?
Indeed.
I'm just asking questions to interpret, to change, innovate, or fabricate, whatever. Lessons taken from original lessons, which we do at the BBT because we teach all lessons. We under the triple rose. We don't gravitate to one science where we miss the essence of the rest. What we doing is not a religious sect. We understand that this is a school. We know who we are. You know? Did anyone attempt to right the wrongs or the atrocities or the misnomer of the word Negro when we use that in that context? Have anybody tried to right things that we know was wrong? To correct mistakes. When I tell people we corrected mistakes, how? Because I can tell you who I am. You can't tell me who I am. Now, I'm not under duress. I can tell you for the record exactly who I am, Nobles, and you can too. You see? Nobody can do that. Your mama can't tell you. Your daddy can't tell you. You can tell them if they don't know. You see? Investigate the authenticity or the so-called statements made by a lot of people that profess it's the right science per se. Then some people try to say what you don't have the right to do. How such statement, Nobles? The right to do. Are we going to clear this up? Because if you say teachings are for the lost and the found brothers and sisters of the misnomer Negro, the North America, then etc. Well, hey, you talking about me in that context. So we have the right. We are smart men. Oh, we can't talk about things to add value to. Oh, we some idiots. We just talking about some basketball. No, we're going to talk about what's professed as truth. We're removing the veil of religious dogma. We are uniting Asia. This is what this is about. We are the Mahdis. The last time is this, revealing the truth. Accepting it. That's why we can't get nowhere. Think about it. When we teach, when we give these lessons, we're given by God per se, in flesh per se. And a lot of people refer to that depending on different dialects. It may be in Turkish something different. It may be Arabic different, or it may be English names. They may mean the same and synonymous when you start doing the root and the origin. But a lot of people settle upon, when we talk about black religions per se, no disrespect. We're analyzing. And when people start analyzing things, other people that have religious dogmas, they get upset because they're not scholars into what they profess. So in the so-called red book, lesson from 1 to 36, W. Fard Muhammad, you know what I'm talking about, don't you know, Bro Alonzo? Anybody know? Y'all got the red book? I sent it to y'all.
Islam.
Okay, watch this. I'm not, and this when people be like, you an imam. I say, well, if you have an imam, your imam should be able to speak like this. This is no fraudulent thing I'm saying. We're comparing and contrast. If you say this is knowledge, if you say this is mathematics, then we can check it with the compass and the square. If my compass and the square, if your compass and the square leads us to another direction, then what we have to say about what was given to us is not what? Factual. It's what? Tradition. It's folktale. It's truth and falsehood, strangely mixed. Oh, but we don't have but our eye not open. And when I say we should be able to add on to something, we in the flesh. We in the flesh. Lonzo, you said something in the text stream today about the earth, and I was like, you all in my teaching. I didn't even know. Well, you probably did, but our spirits align when we in that spectrum of wisdom. When you was like, well, the earth change depending on the seasons? And I'm like, it damn sure do. So if somebody say the earth is this, and that, and the other, especially from back then today, for anybody that understand what's going on in the world or any part of science, a tittle of science, you know the square root and the square mileage of the world changes depending on the seasons. You should know that. You should know about the expansion and the expand and decreasing of the landmass. But I'll get deeper into it as I get to teaching. Am I right about what I'm saying?
Islam.
You don't even have to be in no type of science. That's why I said I could talk to anybody and they can be like, if they reasonable, if they a philosopher, they like, man, this man just giving you reason. You don't understand reason? Oh, you believe in magic. Exactly. Dogma. We're not dissing the scriptures. We're not dissing nothing. We're not dissing no man, no God given from the heavens. But when man interpret things and mix things and say this is better than that, I have a problem with it. Because you got to remember, when you claim to come to America from Arabia to find that which was lost, that's the thing. And that's what I said. Why, for me, nobody has to come from another area to come to an area to say you was lost, because a prophet and angel look like me. Everything don't have to be a mystery. Why everything a mystery with every character? It ain't no mystery with our prophet. You talk about the lost tribe of Shabazz in that context, which repeatedly referred to as the so-called American Negro, right? Come on, y'all. Am I right, y'all? If they say the lost tribe of Shabazz, which we say is the so-called American Negro or the so-called black man in America, then that means in that context, which I am, which you is one, and if these lessons, which they say is given to us, by him, whom you call our God, and I must repeat, our, because I'm using the right words to say our. When they say he the Mahdi since 1930, that's after our prophet died for the Christians and the Muslims. That's what they lessons say. I'm not making nothing up. Then these lessons are mine as much as they are yours, because I'm in the flesh. I know who I am. I'm ordained from the Creator, Melchizedek. If others profess to do it, I'm saying the scriptures profess this in the flesh. Oh, I'm not as great as that came before me. BS. The Spirit works in me just as anybody else. What's our teaching? What's a prophet and an angel? A man and woman that's clothed in the flesh that's coming to give a divine message or a warning. That is I.
Wow.
When we talk about Honorable Elijah Muhammad, Clarence X, Malcolm X, different other Muslim Islamic or so-called prophets in the flesh, Salah Muhammad, Solomon. Remember what their name was, American names was Royal Jenkins, Imam, Wallace D. Muhammad. You know Farrakhan, Louis Farrakhan. Those, I'm not dissing them brothers, but we can look at the work. Why? Because footprints was left. We can examine them. Isn't that what we're supposed to do? Examine is what our more science says. We don't gravitate to one science where we miss the essence of the rest. So that means we supposed to do what? Investigate the scriptures. What do our IDMX tell us? To investigate all the scriptures, all the sciences, all of it. So we understand it, so we don't gravitate to one side. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Islam Sheikh, that's when you take the biasness out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And when you know you coming from the heart with purity, then you can divide the truth and falsehood that strangely mixed. Because why? You coming only for the light. Islam. But that I say Islam.
Islam.
Gratitude, Sheikh.
And we're talking about the closest place where we know the Creator is. It's in the heart. If we're talking about these things, because we could talk about the scholarship of it and the genealogy, we get that. But let's go a little deeper of what's been promulgated to us. We can examine, we can critique. We have the right to accept or reject. Why? Because we are free men. We God men. We have the right to decide. We have the right to choose life, liberty, and the pursuit. This is our choice, to agree or to disagree. I'm not here as a dictator, like, believe what I'm saying. That's great. I'm giving it to you. You say you profess this, you say you this, that. Okay, well, let me give it to you, and let's see, could you make a sound decision based off the information that I gave you? Could you be just in your understanding, especially if you want freedom, if you want justice and equality? Especially for yourself. You know, we have to give points to protect our family or lead them to righteousness. And the only way to do this, y'all, is to do what? Analyze them. Analyze the science. You know? So what I'm saying is, it's as Bobby Brown said, it is my prerogative. It is. You know? If we're gonna stand on things, when people say us, that you adding us who? When they say the black man is us, okay, well let's deal with it. Because I'm in that misnomer context, I'm not. So let's deal with the science that we profess. When people say it's only privilege to the nation, or you got to ask for 5%, you got to ask the nation, I have the manual. I am that. If you deal with any old scholar, they'll be like, man, y'all tripping. You would say that to C. Freeman Hale. We don't have to join no little groups under that. Why? We are the group. What are we talking about? You wouldn't say that to Bobby Hemmett. He'll laugh at them fools. So what I'm saying is knowledge, study, analyze, wisdom. That's what I'm dealing with. Understanding. So when we analyze these sciences, when they say our story, and when they say in that particular science that it must be renewed every 25 years, you know, 1 mile to every year per se, during that time, the lessons are not 25,000 years old. When you start doing the mathematics, that's all you got to do from from the time that they give you. Listen to the time. I'm just going to we're going to break down lesson 1 to 10. And let's just ask some questions from love. Because we're supposed to be able to do this in love and truth. Who is the original man? They will say, or some will profess, the original man is the Asiatic black man, the maker, the owner, the cream of the planet Earth, God of the universe. Have y'all heard that before?
Yes,
Some may have. Okay, so now let's do with words. The word original is from the Middle English, from Old French. I used to love doing this in academia. My professor was like, y'all religious people, you can't get mad. If you profess something, you got to stand on it. It's Latin. And then we started researching Latin, originalis, from origio, origin, source. This is not who are the original men or people, but rather the sentence is best understood, or how can I say understood, as the original man single. And the correct answer for this day and time, remember we must add, single is enos. If all these people that say they study the tablets and the Egyptian texts and cross-reference to the scriptures and see like, oh, well, this mean this, you know it. Son of who? Seth, the son of our Adam. But in that language, it was Cadmon or Kadmon. Remember, the Bible in Genesis chapter 4, verse 26, for Enos, which is in Aramaic, Hebrew, is Enosh or Anosh, Enowsh, which means the original language, man or mortal. So he is the father of the originals with the S, the Enochites, just like, or the Amorites or the Amalekites. Y'all follow me? We're going to teach the right science today, man. Or the Levites. They were born in what is called, remember, Asia today. But in your Bible, it was what? It was different names. I put in the text. Some more. Sennair. You remember? Sennair in your Bible in Genesis 10 and 10. And also Babylon in your Quran, chapter 2, verse 102. Fact check me, see if I'm telling you right science. And then if my brothers will talk about they speak Hebrew, we can read it in Hebrew script. We can read it in any script they want to. They be done. They can't even come with that because the science and the scriptures is going to start calling them out. You can't separate what's together. Who is the colored man? They may answer. That's question 2. The colored man is the Caucasian. This is what they say, the white man. Or this is what they say, Yakub's grafted devil, the skunk of the planet Earth. This is what they say. Okay, so now we got to deal with origin of words because we got to do the work. We cannot just throw words out there and act like we know what they mean because you can't arbitrarily explain anything. The word colored means in the Middle English, couleur, C-O-L-O-U-R, from Old French. Latin, color. The facilitation, of three basic reflections of light energy, red, blue, and yellow. And when these colors are combined, they will produce all the other secondary colors of which black is not one, nor is white. Check the science. There is no real black or white men or women. We should know this. So the above question of number 2 is in reference to no black or white person. You see how we just checked the science? Think about that. And could in fact refer to any of the 3 other seeds, namely brown, red, or yellow. See, we dealing with science now. We dealing with color spectrum. I hope y'all with me. It ain't no disrespect, because if you scholars, we know where Caucasian and came from, Bloomback, and we know Caucus is Caucasians, is Asians from the Caucasus. Even a European scholar will tell you that. We're not here to disrespect nothing. It's just facts. They'll tell you that they Anglo-Saxons, so you all the way off. And then that's where you get, in that context, Revelation 2:9 and 3:9. The European scholar or the Albion scholar will tell you that. No disrespect. They'll tell you that if they're a truth seeker, which I know so many, and y'all know I'm telling the truth, called, they say, pale or leper. The East Indians are also, the East Indians are best called black men. We are not man, we are gods. We are Allah, per se, in the context. Yet the Caucasian has yellow and red hair, green, blue, gray, hazel eyes. We may have that in the context, but I'm just using it for speaking reference. Pink, cream, transparent skin. No disrespect to no one. We just teaching. Therefore, he is also called the colored man, not us, not Moors. We are not, in the proper context, colored men or people. Remember, the lawyers will get you caught up, because when you say persons and people, we're not in that context. We're not in the context of person, or place, or thing. It's just change of ownership. You see what I'm saying? And can only mean the first colored earthling, humans, mortals, beasts of the field. So this is talking about none other than Labana or Canaan. Remember I told you when people be talking about names and they be saying they some Hebrew Israelite and Hebrew, when you deal with the right science, when I break down the etymology and show you what it means and show you who they were, because just because an act changed your name to an act, something you did, but it don't change your bloodline. They were Canaanites, and then you see the land was took from the Canaanites. We start doing the right science, not the wrong science, and we have to be truthful of the scriptures if we're going to interpret the scriptures. This is just what needs to be done. So this is talking about none other than their Adam, per se, son of Ham, son of Noah, and his Vitiligo or Vitiligo, and his later received curse, what? Leproma, which is a pigmentation alteration. It's just what it is when you read scripture. What? I'm sorry, somebody just tried to call me. I'll call you back in 1 second, brother, okay? Apologize, y'all. It's just what it is. Y'all still with me?
Yeah, yes, sir, Chief. And a lot of people, like you said, a lot of scholars and so-called historians, they've done a lot of disservice because, like you said, like the word colored and black and Negro, they all have a time stamp, a time where they were put into the language, and people are always trying to retrofit the word black into a time period where they did not use that word. That's misleading, very misleading.
Yeah, it very is, especially when we use scripture or history and things more so. And people try to say, well, this is it. And I'm like, well, you can't ask no questions. You should have a whole bunch of questions. You should. It's an insufficient amount of melanin, who is also called, in this context, when they say the Caucasian, a white man, in Genesis 9:25 and in Leviticus. When you read those scriptures, excuse me, you can go to those. Did y'all get a chance to write that down? Because I don't want to go too fast. I want you to write it down, and you can go to it later, or if you got time while we're going through it, you can definitely.
Can you say it one more time, Chief?
You say what now?
You said Leviticus?
Yeah. Chapter
What was the-
chapter 13 and 14.
All right.
And then you get into Genesis, write Genesis 9 and 25 down. You know?
All right.
So then I start getting to a lot of stuff Noble Alonzo was talking about, like when they profess what is the population of the original nation in the wilderness of North America and all over the planet Earth. They will say, let me close that. They will say that the population of the original nation in the wilderness of North America is 17 million, with the 2 million Indians making 19 million all over the planet Earth is about, like I say, what they say, about 4 billion. So, firstly, let's deal with it, and let's deal with science, and let's ask ourselves questions, because I'm not professing nothing. When I do lectures, I get the information, you know, and if a person can see right, you come from under the spell. So, Native Americans don't like to be called Indians, which was one of the explorers, Christopher Colombo, 1451, 1506 AD, one of his mistakes. Remember? Come on, we got to know this. We should know their tribal name or call them Native Americans, but not Indians. Who are the Native American? The copper color races found here by the Europeans. It's in the 1828 Webster Dictionary. We fact checking this. So we checking the science. You got to deal with it. I say we got to add value to. I'm not saying it didn't get us to a place then, but today we can't hold on to that. We can't hold on to no old stuff. We can't have no old science of 2, 3, 4,000 years, which is great. We got from that today. It's not going to work. We know that. We got to build on to that. Now we got to reach to the kids. We got to stand up. We got to have culture. We got to have so-called race pride, per se. I'm not saying being racist. I'm saying race pride. What's your nationality? What's your race? What's your status? We have to know that. We have to understand that and stand on it as a people. That's the only thing. We confused. We should know their tribal names, but they ain't Indians. We're not Indians. That's our prophet said we use the proper names. We ain't dissing it. We don't go around saying we the first people or the autochthons of the Indians. We should know that. Which are you, East Indians? The Native Americans received their name Indians from Columbus, who was trying to find a sea route from Europe to Asia. Remember, in the 1828 dictionary, it showed things. It's a mistake that must be renewed, and we cannot be numbered. We are more multiple than the stars in Genesis 15 and 5. Where the Lord, as it says, remember in Genesis 15 and 4, is talking to Abraham, son of Terah, and Noah about his seed in the earth, right? Come on, man, I'm giving you Bible, man. You read it for yourself. And tell me, am I saying anything that's not scripture or text? Because we don't have the right science. We go to church to hear poly parroting. You go to church around right now, I bet you there ain't no kids. People be lying out. I'm telling you, I go to every church in Flint. I'm from the city of Flint. I was in a minister in 2 churches. Mount Olive, St. Paul. Right now, I guarantee you, I can take you to church right now. There ain't no kids there. All old people. Old men and ladies. No disrespect. There's no connection. So where the disconnection happens? It's a disconnection. I'm telling you. And the right science will connect it. What? Culture. Seeing brothers is culture, a brotherhood. We don't need no Greek fraternities. A brother just got killed going through a damn association of Greek fraternity. I'd be damned if any of my young nobles go to some college or talk about, Dad, I want to be in a fraternity. No, the hell you don't. Why anything you got to get in, you got to get hazed and then lose your life. That's the stupidest thing ever. And we going through that slavery stuff. Brandon, when I say the Greek is a fraud. And kids don't be wanting to read George G.M. James, Stolen Legacy, and we seeing what's happening. We need to investigate what the hell going on. But that's good. That's good for us. No, it ain't. That's crazy. That's what's happening. The kids need the right science. They don't need to be jumping around with their butt out. Excuse my candor. Nobody want to talk about it. Nobody want to talk about it. And you seeing what's happening. The Greek is a fraud, and we'd be afraid. and your brother be the Messiah in the flesh that's leading all people to righteousness. Noble Alonzo, they want to see us with the Taj Mahal and then say, yep, I knew you was going to get it. But why you want to be a part of it? Some of my friends be talking about they want to be free. I'm going to join Freemasonry. And my Europeans, that's lower level Masons most so, they be like, y'all stupid. He the damn potentate. He Melchizedek. That's asinine. That's just like Carl asking a sensei, you want to learn, where should you take lessons at to learn Wing Chun? And you talking to a Wing Chun master student. That's asinine. That's asinine. But that's what we do. That's crazy. We anoint others our own people. That's what they say, our people, they know them not. That's why I love my brother. That's why I love y'all. Our people lost. They lost. They lost. What is the population of the colored people in the wilderness of North America and all over the planet Earth? This is what they say. The population of the colored people in the wilderness of North America is what? 103 million all over the planet Earth. 400 million. That's what they say. But when you got the right science, when I say we're here to remove all of the veil of all religious dogma, I'm not on nobody's side. I'm coming as Melchizedek. I'm coming all the holy scriptures, and I interpret it from the original language. You cannot deny it. These lower level Freemasons that be preachers, they know what it is. They should understand what's happening. We should unite under what? The pantheon. We ain't dissing nobody title, but it's a pantheon. It's greater. Just like Marcus Garvey knew it was somebody greater. It's like in the scripture, someone will come greater than I. Who? To lead the way. That's what are we afraid of? We ain't belittling people's station, but it's something that's greater. And we got to know this. It's just like in sports. Isn't it someone greater than that person? When you think you this, is somebody always greater. And then it's a greatest in every dispensation. Then it's a greatest in every dispensation. See, they cannot be numbered, being they made a priority of mixing. We know this. Things was grafted with other seeds. You know, they decided who and is and who is not a colored man or Caucasian. Y'all got to know this. We've been doing all this history of 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment. And then our kids will go take civics and law and be totally lost. And you'll be like, man, our sheik taught all this stuff pertaining to law in class. And we steady marching around, calling ourselves Negro, Black, and Color. He just explained this on every level. On every level. What? Law governs all events. No way. I told you, this science I teach is for the whole family. Question 5. What is the area in square miles of the planet Earth? How much is the land? How much is the water? This is what they say. The square mileage of the earth is what? 196,940,000 square miles. The land is 57,255,000 square miles. The water is 139,685,000 square miles. This is what they say. This is old science. And the person say this is fact. No, it's not. It's old science. Why? Because as I explained earlier, our conversation me and my noble Mufti Alonzo Bay was having in the text stream, as I just said, the planet changes sizes. It expands and contrasts. What you mean, she? But you say you want to be a Freemason, a stupid snowman, and your brother 99 degrees, 33 times 3. Brother be wanting to be a snowman. Brother be telling people, this is my pastor, that's pastor right here. It's qualifications. And then if the masonry so right, well, why everybody in the neighborhood don't know who a damn Mason is? And them brothers done took an oath. Well, not to tell you the truth. They don't even wear their fez in the natural daytime. They fez is they tassel pinned down. They got pentagrams on it. Why they won't tell you the truth? And the ones that's preachers, they going against their oath because they already got a potentate on you. And you dealing with Melchizedek right here. This is the brotherhood. This is the brotherhood. But brothers don't even know that. Why? Because they don't study the scriptures. Who you studying the scriptures with? Who you having a Bible study with? Oh, I'm a member of this church. No, you ain't. You go there. You go there. You don't know. You ain't learned nothing. So with square mileage do change from season to season, as my noble said. So the statistical data of the area in square miles of the planet Earth in that time from what they were saying 1930s to all the way what to 19 man 96. Excuse me, y'all. The weather changing, man. I was outside running, but I'm good. AD according to up to the date today. So the mileage of the earth is no longer that square miles. It's expanded from that time, from 96 to about 10,000 square miles. It gives you a way another number. You know? And when you look at the number, it'll give you 196,950,000 off the numbers that I gave you. I'm a mathematician. Nobody can tell me I'm lying. They just be throwing numbers out there. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. Brother be, oh, I dropped out of school in the 3rd grade, and I be using elementary wisdom, a schoolmaster. I said, you don't know how to use your contractor that was on your pencil when you was a little kid? Oh, well, you can't put a circle in a square. What, a circle and a square? Smart, retardo, fardo, both have 360 degrees, just different parameter. For real? Yeah, for real. You ain't know that? I know you did. You got the wrong science. Most of us think the so-called swastika is that, and that ain't the name of it. When my muftis come out here, I'm taking them to the Heard Museum, and I'm gonna show you that that so-called swastika is not even the original name. It comes from us. It comes from the pyramids. Good energy coming in, bad energy going out. And when you watch old martial arts movie, because I'm a martial arts head, and I love I study Wing Chun, you're gonna see a lot of the Orthodox monks and things have that because that means they spiritual. You know? You're going to see it in Buddhism, you know, as I did with the Gautama Buddha, a lot of my beads. You're going to know what that, a lot of people don't understand what it means. When I talk about the wheel, that so-called swastika that you think it is 360 degrees is wisdom as well. Once I connect it, you're going to see it's the circle. Actually, it's the circle and the square with 90 hanging off the end of them. Y'all don't hear me. Y'all don't hear me. You know? And the square mile of the land is no longer 57,255,000. Rather, 57,271 square miles, which is an increase by 16,000 square miles from that time I was giving you to that current day, to 96 doing the research. And as for the water surface, the date is no longer 139,685,000 square miles. It increased to 139,444,000, which shows a decrease of what? 245,000 square miles of the water surface. You can do the mathematics if you got your square. That's not hard to do. See, I'm not dissing I'm telling you that the math is not mathing. This is a nude actual fact. Question 6. What are the exact square miles of useful land that is used every day by the total population of the planet Earth? The useful land that is used every day by the total population of the planet Earth is 29 million square miles. Now just imagine, no disrespect, if a person was under, no disrespect to no one's religion, a religious spell or dogma, and you taking this as factual today, and someone asks you specifically, they say, okay, for the record, today, not that time from this time, you say, y'all understand, I understand, arrogant with it, because you got a little book that somebody put together, and you didn't cross-reference it, and they say, okay, today is so-called 2025, and they ask you these questions, and you pull out this book, and you start quoting all this, man, you will look like a damn fool. I don't care what religion you are. I don't care what religion you are. I don't care what religion you are. That's just like asking you, how old was you in 1995 and how old are you today? And you're going to say, I'm the same age. That's asinine. That's asinine, Moso. It don't make sense.
Definitely.
So you are talking about fertile land. That's what we talking about. Or what is known as what we call farmland, and the usage of land on the planet Earth varies according to the pursuit per se. But what it comes down to is what? Cultivation, Arabic land, permanent crops, meadow and pastures, forest and woodland. You know, you got to do all those percentages, and they all different percentages. You know, we got to know this. Other things, irrigated, all these things. When we add, we say all those variables to do that mathematical equation. It's all type of variables to do certain mathematical equations. How much of the useful land is used by the original man? Here we go. From next teaching, they say the original man used 23 million square miles. But none these days, for the so-called devil has taken control of all useful land. Why? That's what they say. How much of the useful land is used for the so-called color man? They say the color man uses 6 million square miles. All of the useful land is used by, you want to say Albion, Trinidite, whatever you want to say, for he has taken it by force. When people and then all through history, ancient history, it was force. When a lot of ancient people was sent to Nova Scotia from warm climates. You know? What is the birth record for the said nation? And they say of Islam. And the said nation of Islam has no birth record. It has no beginning nor end. This is what it says. Okay, now let's deal with interpretation, because I don't have no problem with all my Al-Islam brothers. But I remember, you dealing with Melchizedek, and we dealing with God. We're not dealing with nothing that man tell us. I don't have a problem with nobody doing 5 salats. We under the Al-Salat. We connect ourselves to God. Point blank. The type of Islam we under might be different from yours, because we under peace. Al-Islam, meaning the peace, was born the establishment of the name Muslim, meaning one of peace. But you might say submission. Not with that. Okay, whatever. The Arabic word mu, which is ones of, and salam, meaning peace, salam. When I say assalamu alaikum or shalom alaikum, you know, it's not submitter or submission. You see? You see? For you see, the 5th attribute of Allah is what? As-salam, the peaceful one. When my noble be doing our benediction, he be like El-Rahman, El-Rahim. We give attributes. Now, if Islam means submission, then Allah's name means what? The submitter. And Allah can't submit. Now, so Islam means peace, and not the English letters. I-S-L-A-A-M, Islam. I equals I, S equals self, L equals Lord, A equals and, M equals master. And this is what the 5 percenters explain of what the word Islam means. No disrespect. Islam, the is, the is, the is, Arabic, not English. Now, peace pertains to those adherents to the said way of life or religion. Its birth record can be found in the tampered version of the Holy Quran of Arabia, chapter 22, verse 78. Fact check me. Anybody on here think I don't know what I'm talking about? Fact check me. Because see, people have come and profess some things. They'll come and profess and get you caught up with linguistics, but your brother right here going to interpret it all. It might take him a little bit longer, but he gonna come back and he gonna say you can't come with that linguistic apartheid. Why? Because she gonna eat it up. You gonna tell the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God, or we gonna expose you as a fraud. It's just what it is. In the unrenewed version, it was Abraham who was named you Muslim before Muhammad. Stay in context. In your Holy Quran 22 and 78. Read. Also, when you can read interpretation from Malvani Muhammad. He have an interpretation that was translated from 1917 AD. It's a revised edition. I got it. 1985. And now Islam, having complete the journey land, 1 mile to every year, the Quran traveled the circumference, the planet Earth, 25,000 miles, to arrive in the wilderness of North America, where it was to have its history renewed. And that, so we dealing with the time, in that time would have been 1995. You know? So, hey man, we just dealing with science. You can look in different chapters, 22 and 78. You can see the origin or the original order was revealed. When they talk about in their Qurans, they say it was revealed to who? A certain individual, Mustafa Muhammad al-Amini, an Arab member of the black nation between the years 610 and 632 AD, when he died, in which it clearly states Abraham, 2070, 1903 BCE, son of Terah, Azar, and Nuna, the Hebrews, Genesis 14 and 13, named Jew Muslims from before the renewal of Islam under the guidance of Mustafa Muhammad al-Amini in his time, 570 to 632 AD. Ain't no disrespect. And then this was taught by Robert J. Poole. I'm telling you what they taught. You know, he was from Georgia, Sandersville to be exact. You know, Elijah Poole Bay or Robert Poole Bay. Robert Poole is known as the final messenger. Elijah Muhammad in the West to the lost found, as given to him the former of the question by W.D. Farr Muhammad, David Ford, all these aliases. Shoot, and people be mad. Like, okay, they say, well, this not him. And then in videos and in movies, especially the movie where Denzel Washington played, I forget, the attorney, whatever, he had Noble Drew on the wall. But then when you see all these pictures with Muslim stuff, Jafar Muhammad on the wall is the one that ain't say him. But then in our other documents, then who is that? They say that's David Ford. And then everybody be mad, but we ain't finna play it. I ain't going there for that. We gonna stay on topic. It's nothing a mystery. It's a mystery to those that don't want to know. The prophet from Mecca of the royal house of Quraysh. And he claimed in the year 1931 AD. You know, W.D. Farr Muhammad, the assumed date. You know, that's what they say. Then you also have others, with like they use the term prophet. You know, what we use a lot of times. I don't call myself a prophet. But when we deal with the facts, it's just what it is because it's work to be done. So in our set, it's okay. We're not saying we are the or that because it's a lot of those that's doing the work. But for those that you're doing it for, that's what an angel is. You know, we just keeping it 100. You know, even our Prophet Noble Drew Ali, W.D. Farr of the Nation of Islam, all this stuff. You've had Ellen G. White of the Seventh-day Adventists. People might not know. Charles D. Russell, T. Russell, Joseph Rutherford. You know, he was a Jehovah's Witness. And list goes on. They were all referred to as prophets. Why? From their people. I mean, it's just what it is. Then they say, what is the birth record of the said other than Islam? They say Buddhism is 35,000 years old. Christianity is 551 years old. Okay, so if you're saying that, you got to be right because that's not true. When we talk about the Gautama Buddha, was born in the year 555, 553 BC, making Buddhism. Then the time is, just do the math. You know, just do the math. Then they say Christianity is 551 years old. Antioch was founded by a certain individual. Last name is Nicator, if you look it up, and was named after his father, Antiochus. The name Christian was first used in the year 321 AD. Therefore, it could have not been using during so-called Jesus' time. Nowhere were disciples or followers during the time called Christians, being Jesus, son of Mary, and Gabriel was born in a certain time period. If you're dealing with the right science, all you got to do is look. Your eyes will be open to what I'm telling you. Remember, during that time, for over hundreds of years, his followers were called Nazarenes, Nazaria in ancient language, written in the Arabic Bible in Matthew 2 and 23. Nazariah is a derivative of the root word nisr or nisr, which means to help or to aid. In Mawlana Muhammad Ali's version of the Holy Quran, Surah 2, Ayah 140, the word Nasarah is used in the Arabic script, which means aiders, A-I-D-E-R-S. However, Mawlana Muhammad Ali translate the word into English as Christians, which is another deception, because I just shown you Nasara means aiders. You see, the word Christians was a slang term given to them by people of Antioch, which is spoken of in the Bible in Acts 11 and 26. So Christianity is not 551 years old from 1997 AD, 321 AD. It would be 1,676 years from 1934 AD, 321 years would be 1,613 years. And you can see neither would be 551 years old. See, we just dealing with the right science. You can't be mad, but you can't question nothing. Why? Because your imam said you don't question me, but I'm a teacher. How I'm gonna get you where you need to be and have you be a noble and have you be an adapt thinker? How? How I'm gonna get you to be proud to wear your fez and your turban and speak clearly? How I'm gonna say I'm a master teacher and I teach Wing Chun and I teach weapons and I teach you how to be self-sufficient, teach you how to work out the proper way, garden, how to save money, and I don't teach you all the skills? How can I say I got the keys and I only give you a little bit? That's crazy. All brothers got to do is join their brother. But these brothers want to be snowmen. They want to be Freemasons. They want to be black. And according to science and law, black mean dead. I want to be a black Mason. A Prince Hall, that ain't nothing but a mystic number. Ask the Masons. They wouldn't even say nothing. They snowmen. It's no disrespect. Y'all need the right science. They only 32 or 33 degree wisdom. That's snowman wisdom. If it was good science, tell them come to me. Tell them come to me and let's have a discussion. It ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen. My European ones will, because they know they sons of Muslims. The black Masons will say they some widow's son. And I'll be laughing. I said, you dead. You'll walk around with a shirt on, talk about in memory of Haram Abiff. Don't know who killed you in the Bible. It had a Jubilee, Jabal, Jablum, and Jablam. You walk around here spiritually alive, but physically alive, but spiritually dead. And your brother right here is the mapping guide. That's sad. The lessons are being renewed by the supreme being of this day and this time. This is the great and dreadful day and the time after Elijah. Remember in Malachi 4 and 5? Read it in your scripture. I don't care. Read it in Hebrew. Read it. I am the true Malachi. You know, I must change it from history to our story so that the spell of ignorance can be removed. And you can gain your rightful position as children of the Elohim, of the gods of the planet Earth, as is written in Psalms 82 and 6, John 10:34. Refer to who is God, y'all. I'm telling y'all the right knowledge. Who is God? You clearly missing it. Ye are gods with an S. We. Have I said ye are gods, and all of you are children of what? The Most High? And you will find the same statement in the New Testament in John 10 and 34. I just showed you. I don't care if you read the Greek. I don't care. But then I'll show you the mistranslations. Jesus answered them, it is not written in your law, I said ye are gods. Is it not written in your law? Man, I can go all with teaching. I got stuff from Claudius M.L., who wrote an article entitled The Biography of the Moors. On page 8, he identifies the Arab as Wali from the 55th attribute of Allah, meaning nearest friend, protector. An Arabic-speaking Arab who is a devout Muslim from the East would know that it is important to call yourself Wali or Al-Wali without adding the word Abdul, meaning servant, to his name, giving you the name Abdul Wali. No Arab would sign his name W.F. Muhammad. I'm just dealing with the science without giving due respect to Allah or the Quran. Surah 49 and 9 of 1,400 years ago. Even when I talk about Matthew 24 and 27, when I'll be talking about when people say he's going to come from the east. But if you read Matthew 24 and 27, for all my people that profess things, tell me what Matthew 24 and 27 says. It's going to say east and this. It's going to say east and west. You got to get the right science. You can't let nobody pussyfoot around, because then a prophet and an angel is not going to come from amongst your own people. You're going to let somebody come and tell you who you are and what you should be doing. And your own brother telling you that. We don't need nobody to come to our community and tell us who we are. And we right here doing it. That's just like a celebrity come around trying to tell us what our brother do. And all the goofy Negroes go around and buy clothes and go give to a Negro and they leave the city. That's the stupidest thing ever. That's stupid. Holy Quran, 42 and 9. Read it. Read Matthew 24 and 27. I can get deeper with the science, but I just wanted to stay close to give you something to think about. You know? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Somebody was asking me a question. I'm reading some. I'm gonna read a couple of questions I got. He was like, Sheik, that document you got when they got Fard Muhammad and all that, he said they got it, and it was given to the Nation of Islam, like you said, in the 30s and the 60s. Yes. Fard Ali Muhammad. You know, and the picture they don't got, we got other pictures, and they be trying to say the picture that we have is not him. Okay, well, what? 1891, 1929, what it says on AD. In the back of the doc, and I got a blew up picture of it too. At age 37. I mean, who was he? Professor Ford, Wali Farad, Abdul Wali, Farad Muhammad Ali, Wali Muhammad, W.F. Muhammad, Muhammad Wali, W.D. Fard, F. Muhammad Ali, Master Fard Muhammad, Ali Muhammad, Master Fard Muhammad, Fard Muhammad, F. Muhammad Ali. I mean, damn. With all due respect. In other books, according to teachings of the Nation of Islam, his date of birth varies because Wallace died Ford in the late 1920s, assumed the birth date of, from what documents say, then they say, well, this ain't this. Man, see, that's the problem. Everything is a mystery. Fard Abdul Ali Muhammad. And on his police report, which you can get, it's in the Information Act, but then they say that ain't him. I say, we don't even got to go there. Wallace died, Ford birth date is listed as 1891 AD. But then some say, well, this ain't it. Well, why everything a mystery? But we know when we were born. It ain't nothing else mystery with us. You know? I mean, when you first opening any encyclopedia will show you that the Pacific Islands are broken up into three main areas of Oceania, and they are to the north, Micronesia or Macaronesia, Aboriginals in appearance, short reddish brown complexion. I mean, it's so much that it's not being taught. It's so much history that's not being taught. And then we wonder why we're struggling. We wonder why, what's happening in our communities. And brothers say, I'm a Christian. I say, what is a Christian? Because Fard Muhammad came into Moorish science. Some people say he destroyed it. You know? It's a lot that people say, profess. It's a lot that was written about. I got Europeans that wrote about our prophet. Peter Moon, his pen name, Spondu Mystery. And on the cover, you see Noble Ali with all the different presidents and all the different army generals. You don't know what that's about? I mean, brothers and sisters, we lost. And I hope we come back to realizing these things as I continue to teach and resurrect teachings. And brothers be wanting to join things outside of themselves. Hold on, I gotta get the door. Oh, you got it? So that's all I got, man. Any questions? My wife coming here with all that noise, laughing. Any questions? Especially for all my brothers that wanna, when they talk about religion and wanting to join something, and nobody, you can't ask any questions. When people be saying this religion is better than that, now we're not gonna even play that. Because a lot of people don't even have the wisdom, have the language, have the science to be able to speak. And then, and interpret all books. And share it. You know? I want to share something. Let me see. Let me see if I got something. Okay. So remember, before Abraham became a so-called Hebrew, which is only crossed over, remember, Hebrew in Arabic is Ibri, I-B-R-I-Y, which means to cross over, to pass over, coming from the root word, abar, meaning to cross over. So I wanted to share that aspect. I don't want to get too deep with people because we're not a dumb people. We should be able to be raised up, man. We should be able to be raised up. And then all the old books like, what's that one book? Powernomics. All those old books and things. Listen, once we operate the right way, y'all, and we have people like myself and others, and we have us come and teach the masses, not only we can compare and contrast and get out of dogma, but then we can see how we use our finances to do the great things that everyone else is doing. Because when we operate as a religious community, our money is taxes in front of federal government, religious and charitable and scientific. This is what I be teaching people that's not being taught in schools. Some of you might donate to your church, but do you know your church is supposed to give you a tax-exempt receipt to claim of your taxes? Do you know what in-kind service is? Do you know that we can be buying things in our community, especially what? The plighted houses, and that be under our religious organization? And then a lot of ministers, we can put it under the umbrella as parsonage. We can have a religious community. Don't you know a lot of those houses will be given to the churches and they are right off their books? And then we have people in our community that know how to fix this stuff up. We complaining, but we're not dealing with solutions. We can use our tax dollars to not only build our religious house, our education house, but our community. Why? Because we tax exempt for the federal government. Why misnomer black people sitting at home wanting a tax return? Why misnomer black people still scamming and going around talking about, oh, I got my cousin and my auntie and all them, and you want somebody that you know, that you love, that know how to do taxes like myself, which I'll never do no more, prepare the taxes and lie. So not only are you committing fraud and defrauding the government, you want this person to defraud the government as well. For some dollars, we should be stupid. We should be using the dollars that we're giving away freely to things that's useless and deciphering just a small fraction of that, to build our infrastructure. And we miseducated on this. We give all our money to Uncle Sam willingly, and we don't decipher it, and we don't get a tax-exempt receipt. We could have been had our own community centers in our own neighborhood. We could have been owned a whole bunch of houses instead of going back to our neighborhood and saying, oh, this is where I used to stay, and the house is tore down. Our families, when families and moms die, we don't have to sell the property. You know, even in my neighborhood, you know, our houses was given to family members. Some family members lost if they're not going to tell the truth. My uncle stay in one, but things don't have to be lost if people know what they're doing. And this is what I'm telling us, man. These things can be done the right way. We don't have to lose nothing. We can structure things the right way. But brothers, they don't understand that other aspect of us that calm us down and have us brothers, because we don't see each other as gods. We see each other as competition. And that's why we can't build. Because brothers can't bring people in. But when you in gang and gangster, when you're doing something wrong, we bring everybody in to commit a crime or to smoke or to do anything. But now we won't bring brothers in. We won't bring these young men in to talk to the right ones with experience. Hell, I lost my brother in the streets too. I saw my brother. I've been accused of all type of things. But when you sit with my mom and my dad, they be like, "Was you with him? Did this happen?" We're like, "That's a lie." And the people that say this, they won't even stand to testify. And this is what I be saying. People say a lot of things, but this is valid. And this is what I be telling people. This is what we have to do. We have to come together. I can talk all day about religion and history, but until we stop, just like somebody hit me up the other day and said, "Sheik, I don't believe," and I'm gonna say what they said. So forgive me, because people be emailing me. They're like, "Sheik, are you from Flint, Michigan?" I said, "Absolutely." This is what they said. They said they had that dude, the one that said he was gonna make a school and talk about donations. They said he said, this is what they said. They said they had that nigga come to your city, and all them Negroes in the city of Flint where the water messed up, got their goofy ass up to go see that man. He said, "What he own?" And that's when I said, "Here you teaching this." They said they can't hold water to your message and what you doing to the people that you helped in your own city. He said, "So, if people will go see this person for him to talk, and then what? They jump in their car or they plane or on the bus and go back home?" They said, "That's crazy. You don't even get a tax receipt. You don't even do nothing for the city. You don't even fill no backpacks up. You can't give away no books." You got to imagine if I come to the city and do a lecture speaking and people donate. I can give away all my books because I got all my books converted to ebooks. Or if people donate, say if I charge $25 or $30, I can print all my books and whoever come, I'll give it to them. Hell, I'll give people my books now. Why? Because I'm the author, the originator, the everything. You see? I can give it away. I can say, "Yeah, I want a donation for $25 for my book." But a person say, "I don't have it." And then I say, "What you got? You got 5? They say, "Yeah, that's all I got, but I really want it." Okay, let's roll with it. You see? That's how I roll. But I give it to you. And this is what I'm saying. We don't anoint our people. We don't anoint our growth. We look at everybody else's stories. We be on, "Look at the story of this, look at this." Right now, we glowing some street Negroes that got out of prison. They either with 50 Cent and Big Meech and Rick Ross. We some old niggas that's 50 years old talk about poverty. This is the talk of the town. I said that can't be the talk of us, man. That put us in the same predicament of the young kids. Here these girls, I'm 48, I'm an elder. They be thinking I'm younger. I know girls that's my brother age. Peace be among them. McKeel Goodman Bay that got murdered in my city of Flint. They 45, still getting their bodies done. Because that's the age my brother is. He was going to school with them. Something wrong. No, actually they 44. You a grandma. And this is the psychosis of us, especially the brothers. We doing the same thing. And this is what I be telling brothers. I said, one, a lot of brothers are not in physical health or physical strength to do the work. A lot of our brothers got diabetes, high blood pressure, erectile dysfunction. They mad as hell. They've been used, everything about them been hard labor. Negroes ain't, we overworked and underpaid. Negroes be bragging because they work 100 hours a week. I see that's why you look like that. And Negroes be eating in their car. Hurry up, I'm gonna go back to work. You still don't got shit. So that means in psychosis, something is wrong. We adding, but it's nothing increases. So that means it's something going on. The math is not mathing. I keep telling y'all, everything, we keep getting it twisted. Right now, every black person think they getting a tax return. Everybody, they scrambling. And black people right now still committing fraud. Ooh, I got my cousin, my auntie, I got all their kids. I got all my kids, my cousin kids. She can't claim them all, so I'm finna claim them. So you finna commit fraud. You can't lie and say I'm making it up. So and then you owed and act like you don't know what you're doing. You do. That's premeditated. We still doing that instead of being a part of the community to where we can build something. It's gonna be worth way more than that $3,000 you get back at the end of the year. What about the rest of the year? What about the whole year? You right now, you don't know about that? When I talk to people from heart to heart, because I don't diss the church. I know the church do some good. If anybody died right now and they ain't part of my muftis, where you going? You going to the church. Who gonna bury you? Who gonna do your eulogy? The preacher. I know a lot of my friends that know me right now, they'll die right now, they'll have some old man get up there and do their eulogy. They won't even tell their mama, "Hey man, if anything happened to me, let me get with my brother that I know is Sheik, that's a divine minister. I know he's a Christ. I'm gonna make sure he do it." We'll have some old jackleg do it. and won't even have your brother do it. That's the stupid stuff we under. That's crazy. That's where we at with this. I don't get it. You on camera, babe. I don't get it, brothers and sisters. I really don't. And that's what I be saying. People be acting like I'm some alien. I said, what, brother? I'm illuminated. I'm under the science. You should want to be a part of this. You should want to understand how we doing things. Brothers be saying they got skills and they coaches and be trying to do things, but they don't have the dynamics and the understanding how to get things done. You got to invest in yourself. We wasting our money. People don't understand the power we have when we understand the power of taxism status. When we understand that that's a part of us, our divine creed, our nationality, that we are spiritual people, that we brought this to others. Don't nobody need to bring us nothing. This is part of our community. And when we do this in our community, we can get a lot done. We don't have to be worried about they changing education. Because when you're under the religious laws and when you understand the religious right of the indigenous people, you have the right to not assimilate. You have the right to teach the children your culture. You have the right to write your own books. You have the right to have your own teachers. The Declaration of Human Rights, Article 15. The people don't know. We have people like Marcus Garvey and Malcolm them talking about leaving. I ain't trying to leave nowhere. I'm an American. This is the only place you can have nothing and be something. This is the only place a misnomer a person from a dictator country can come here with nothing but the draws on you know what and become a doctor. And you talk about you want to go somewhere, you want to expatriate from America, you got to be a fool. See, this is the psychosis of us. So that means you not here. We Americans, I'm free. Not no Negro, black, and colored. We got to get the right science. You got to ask the right questions. You got to ask what the brother got on his head. It's a turban worn by the high priest. I just don't have my jewel on it. When you see my bonnet, that's biblical. That's biblical. People adopt it. When you see me with my native clothing on, that's a tunic, cotton or silk. That's biblical. We got to understand this. We got to understand who we are, our culture. We have a culture. We have a culture. You afraid of your culture? Everything in biblical that I've been breaking down, Hebraic culture. Like when the wedding at Cana, when people be saying, well, it was a wedding, who wedding, whether what could have been this, it could have been that. Now here we go with the coulda. I wish I was a multi-billionaire, but I ain't. Well, I could have, who, whether, well, from the Hebraic culture, the only person that could touch a dead body after that time is the wife or the mother. Well, now was Mary, what did the mother, was Mary Magdalene, Jesus' mother? No, well, what? Started soon. That's what I'm saying. So you don't have the right science. Nobody can ask questions, Noble Mo, so everybody been used not to ask questions. And that's the sad part. If you have a map and a guide, that man should sit there and say, we got Bible study while he gonna interpret the text, but not interpret the text, he gonna interpret the language. Because you can't arbitrarily explain nothing. Just like when they say it's fulfilled in Matthew, we're not under the law no more, it's fulfilled. That word is a Greek word called paliro, to magnify, to bring back to his remembrance. You'll have people say the Sabbath day, you don't do this. Well, if you understand, if you read the Bible the right way, and if you got eyes to see, which Stevie Wonder blind enough to see what I'm saying, wasn't Jesus, Yahshua, in the temple on the Sabbath, what? Correcting the teachings? The last time I read them, it ain't changed. And that's what I be telling people, you lost due to the lack of knowledge. We don't want to learn. Our brother's still out here walking around in a shallow grave as a Negro. You put deaf in front of everything you call black. Deaf this, deaf that, deaf everything. According to science and law, black mean deaf. And you got these cronies on the internet and people that I know be posting these people with this black this and this black this. We're going to get reparations. A Negro ain't going to get nothing. 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 Because we don't know law. The Dred Scott law was never abolished. And we don't have these dialogues. We just be listening to people that been through in front of our face with no reference and no questions. Man, you question that stuff. I don't care how old these fools are. Well, I got a PhD and I went to this academia. Okay, well then let's deal with the science. Because I'm going to give my European colleagues, that's professors and PhDs, and I don't got to have no goofy Negro that ain't going to tell the truth. And I'll get the European professors and scholars and Scottish Rite Masons to sit right next to me and laugh exactly at you. And they'll tell you right out their mouth that they a son of a Muslim, and the nigger Mason right in your face will tell you that they some widow son. They'll spit their juice out. Like, what type of stupid stuff is this? You a widow son? But this what Masons say, and I hear brothers talk about they want to be a Mason. I want to be a Mason. I want to be a widow son. Well, really? Really? Oh, that's some sad stuff. You want some snowman wisdom. And your brother right here, 99 degrees. It's nothing you can get from that. No history. It ain't nothing the brothers can get in that masonry. Nothing. It's just like no disrespect. When people be talking about this is history and it's ancient, it's old, what do you get out of black fraternities? Tell me. Because of what I just seen out of black fraternity, brother just lost his life. Here it is. So you telling me this, Negroes call something great and you jumping with your ass out, whatever you, excuse my candor, doing, and young men losing their life to be a part of some bullshit like that? Are you serious? Like what are we dealing with? This ain't, and you can't blame the misnomer white man now. These goofy Negroes hazing. You taking some stupid you taking some caves and some slave stuff, doing that back to your brother. What? Embarrassing him. You embarrassing your brothers. Why you gotta embarrass your brother to be part of you? Especially the stupid stuff where you blindfolded you and you think you in the toilet. They might have a banana. You think it's doo-doo. You cutting all your hair off. The school days, that's some stupid shit. The bag thing to see if the girl's skin light enough to do this.
What?
Yeah, some of the fraternity girl, they do the bag thing to see if their skin tone match the paper bag. See, they don't think I know this shit. I got your charter. I be waiting for one of them goofy cronies to come on here. They be knowing, just like Stephen Coakley said, the Greek is a fraud. Don't be mad at me. Our elders will tell you the Greek is a fraud. Read the book Stolen Legacy by George G.M. James and see what happened. The Greek is a fraud. It's all stolen, watered down Egyptian history. Our brothers just don't know this. And then they taking the practice of the master on their own brothers. Got them Negroes that's on all fours. Got the girl acting like some fools. And it don't be funny. I'll be saying that's what this about. So brothers then at the round table getting wisdom, studying history, opening business, dealing with finances. This is what this is about? Dancing, having a fun? That's all this is about. And then as the Negroes get old with them big old bellies, they do the same shit too. Come on, man. So what? We talk about some gatekeeper shit? What we talk about? See, people don't want to talk about the history. We all want to blame it. But no, when we point the finger at somebody, we got three back at us. Let's clean our own house up. Oh, we can't talk about that. See, I ain't took no oath. Am I initiated? Hell yeah, I can talk about it. When a snowman Muslim, when a snowman Mason come around me, no matter what color they are, the light be shut out. There's 99 degrees. See, I ain't took no oath. I could talk about it. That's why, because I'm right here in the flesh. It ain't nothing you can do. The science that they try to get to reverse to you, it's already right here. So I can't be harmed. I keep telling people. There ain't no place I'm looking forward to. That heaven is right here. When the flesh gone, that's a wrap for me. I'm already in heaven. You said in your Lord's Prayer, you want the same thing on earth as it is in heaven. You sing it, you don't understand it. I understand it. I ain't tripping, I'm already in heaven. You just don't understand. Your problem, mortal problems don't matter to me. I've been through the pain. I've been through the death of my brother, losing my best friend, losing all my friends, doing all this stuff. And then people still doing the same behaviors. And they look at me. Like I said, I just got the right science. And the brothers that know my voice, they got the right science. And now I'm out here as a God man, sitting on the throne as an elder. Those that come around me get the right science. It ain't hard. But a prophet and an angel is no good in his or her own country. A prophet and an angel have to move from amongst his people. And then he should be able to come back and take his people. I don't have to come back in the neighborhood in a stupid Rolls Royce like some nigga-tainer, like I want to come stun on my people. That's the stupid shit. You hear people to do that. Oh, when I make it, what I'm going to do? I'm going to go back to the neighborhood and stun on these niggas. That's what you hear, stupid Negro. That ain't my thing. I want to come back and stun. I'm come with some gold chains. Man, I'm coming back with beads and turbans and wisdom and showing brothers how we can do things and show our young brother. That's what this is about. Everything else is meaningless. Brothers say they want to join. I say, let's sit down with my Mason brothers. Let's see what they know. They ain't going to know nothing. I'm going to break down the degrees that a person say they know. I'm going to break down all the holy books that's right, that should be on a Masonic table that I'm talking about. They ain't going to have no clue. And then the ones that just watch videos, spookism, they going to be shut down too. Because Negroes always give their science to someone. From what? Videos. Oh, look at this. Illuminati. You have no idea. Your shit turned sideways. I have no idea. That's what I keep telling us. It's like, come on, man. We right here. And then this internet is easy for us to communicate and come together. We should have been networking. We should have our own temple in our city of Flint. We don't have to go to nobody else's old shit. where you got to take no oath to some snowman wisdom. And then when your brother come around, I say, well, let's have a discussion, because I ain't gonna debate nobody that should be a student. I only debate my equals, and it ain't too many of those that look like me or no other color. These are just a fact. These are just the facts. And so then if we dealing with something, if we dealing with wisdom, what's the problem with our brothers? Why would you want to go to something that's beneath what you know is higher, and all you got to do is come under it? I'm chartered just like everything else. I teach the right. I got muftis, and this is what I'm telling them. We own land. People be saying this. Oh, they own land. We own land. You can look us up. We own 10 acres. Getting ready to get another property. Allah's will and our will continue to match. We have our first garden and structure on our land. We have our own tea company, Herbs of Mayat. We have our own website development, ALO Design Pros, with our Mufti Alonzo Wright. Herbs of Mayat is my noble Gregory Mosso that's on here, on Zoom private with me. ALO Design Pros is my noble Alonzo Wright Bay. BindedBooks.com is my noble Lamarck and Dantes, where they print and bind expensive books. You won't have to go to Amazon. They're selling for a smaller price. We also have MyPDFBooks.com. That's books with the Z, where we converted books, excuse me, to ebooks, or AKA PDFs, so you can download on your tablet. We also have my noble Brian Hicks Bay with BHB Music, and you can check out his music album. It's called Transportation of Raw Materials, streaming on all platforms. It's dope. We have MoorishHaberdasher.com, where we sell all our own turbans, all our own regalia, and we getting ready to have our 5th annual Moorish Ball. And this is what I'll be telling my brothers and sisters: come on in. It's just sad you can get 20 brothers to go out, hang out, and drink and party, and you can't even get 5 of them to say, man, let's invest. Let's try something. I mean, we still haven't tried. We don't know what we can do because we ain't tried. All we do is talk about what other people did. Oh, well, that man hustled people. He got $250,000, said he was going to open up a school. Well, that's him. I'm not him. That's just like saying you get your heart broke, you ain't going to date, you ain't going to try to find love no more. That's a sucker. You got to get the right science right here. And then if we want something, we can do it together. I'm telling you, I know what it takes. It takes us. We can have our religious house. Our religious house is our school. It's our education house. It's our skill center. All the information that we need, our library. All taxes in from the federal government. All our brothers and sisters will be able to get taxes and receipts to offset your taxes. And then whatever state you in, you want to see what you need to donate, what percentage to offset your taxes that you owe to Uncle Sam if you in a higher tax bracket. This is the stuff that we need to know. You need to know that, because when you do that, then you can hold your brother accountable that might be a multi-millionaire off donations and say, okay, you just got this money. We got this big building. You got this car and this big stupid house. We don't even have no infrastructure. You will see the infrastructure that be done, because we need it. We need it, because all we doing is complaining, talking about, oh, they finna do this to the education. And then when I go back home, all these churches got classrooms, just like a church called, the church I used to be at, Mount Olive. One of the oldest churches in the city, got classrooms. And just like I got a homeboy as I close in the city of Flint, he worked with the boys. And I don't care if he do a lot with the kids. Keon Minifield, he hooped. And he's on social media. And he said something one day when he was saying that he ain't had nowhere to have practice at. And I was like, well, why don't you get it with these churches and blah, 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 and this church, like New Jerusalem and Mount Olive. And then what he told me, what the church tried to charge him an hour to use the gym, I said, that ain't even feasible. For you to charge, if a brother, say if you charging a person $50 an hour to have practice, and this man having practice 3 times a week, that's $100. So you do the math. $450. Like that's asinine. You hear me? That's crazy. And this is supposed to be community development. That's why I be saying, man, our people be lost, y'all. And I love all my brothers and sisters. We wait. And I mean, somebody just shared with me today, was like, look what our people be saying. Happy birthday to all these stupid people. We 40-some years old. Some of us 50. I'm 48. We still on the same shit? Come on, man. We still celebrating stupid stuff. Our mamas, our aunties, that's past. Just because we grew up in the hood, that don't mean we know killers. We might have knew some killers. I ain't no killer. Don't profess to be one. I grew up in the hood around killers. I might have done some stupid shit. I don't glorify that. I glorify the things that I've done to show glory to my Father's name. I'm going to look at the work that I've done, educated myself. Master degree. I got a group of brothers, a mufti. I teach the right science. I done traveled all over. Prisons, everything. I done put over 200 fezes on brothers' heads. I done been in prisons. I done put turbans on people's heads. I done met all people in their life. Who do you know that wrote over 20 books that you can say right now that can go on his own webpage? You can go on mypdfbooks.com, books with the Z, or bindedbooks.com, and go on there and look at all the books that he gathered and compiled. And all the books that you can get. When people say they read and study, you don't have to go to Amazon. Or like I said, people be acting like they just, like they been Islamic or Muslim or under the science all their life, like your mom and dad didn't grow up in the churches. You a damn fool. Our mamas and dads grew up in the churches. I was a minister in 2 churches in Flint. I have rows. That's the only way you can understand what you talk about. I've been through the ranks. We don't diss nothing. That's just like once you learn multiplication, you diss mathematics because you know how to multiply. That's just another tool in your toolbox, stupid. And this is what I'm saying. People got kids. These people can't even help people kids. You can't even talk. We talk about financial literacy, gross and net, micro and macro. People don't know. When I talk about tax exempt status, people giving their money away to Uncle Sam right now. And then they talk about they Jews and this, and the European Jews use their money to build their infrastructure. And they get a tax exempt receipt from their religious organization to claim on their taxes. And if they in a higher tax bracket, they make sure they donate that percentage. They don't give their money to Uncle Sam. They ain't waiting for no stupid tax return like criminal black people are. Because taxes is nothing is for entrepreneurs and investors. That's all that is for. It's for entrepreneurs and investors. Most people are not educated in business to know this. We've been taught because we operate on a poor level, on a poor frequency. See, everything is about frequencies. That's what I tell people. In science, the pendulum swings the same way to the left as it does to the right. You see? You see what I'm saying, Empress? So when we talk about these things, what I got? Okay, I got a little bit more time, and I'm out of here, man. I just want to come from the heart. So when we talk about things, a lot of our people don't know, and we steady giving things away. Everybody working right now. You just imagine you get a job and you say, well, I want Uncle Sam to take this, and you would at the end of the year to get a small tittle back of what Uncle Sam took out your check out the whole year. Just imagine if we was donating and just say, I'm going to file exempt the whole year. Why are you going to file exempt? Because you donate to your religious and charitable contribution of your choice. So any other taxes, that's fine. But the reason why you file an exempt because you donate that to your religious organization. You get a tax exempt receipt. And so you build your infrastructure. We own things in our neighborhood. We own all the houses. We put our brothers and sisters in there that's minister. You can be a minister of whatever. Minister of finance. Minister of how can I say, senior services. And we have a religious community like everybody else. But we so stuck. And our communities is plight. Because ain't nobody coming in our neighborhoods tearing it all up. It's us. All the houses in our neighborhood that we own is raggedy. Even the ones that we used to own. My uncle stay on one, but people don't be truthful. People lose houses because they don't pay the property tax. And we just be sitting up here stupid and be lying. Like people be out here like it's really, no, you lost, people lose property because they don't want to pay the change in the city. So if you, a house in your neighborhood that was given to you from your parents, you still got to pay the property tax. The property tax ain't nothing. Oh, so you think you can just stay there from years and years and years and all of a sudden, and then disappear or try to move with somebody and act like people don't know. And then think people are supposed to take care of their own people. I be telling people, we still don't have the right science. When we talk about the community, when we talk about ownership, most of us have left the community. You know, I left the community to get myself together. I'm making my way around. I have multiple residents, but I need to get the adults. I need to get us. I need to get us. You know, I need to get the brothers and the sisters to come together for I can show us what we can have. We don't have to be going to their stuff. We don't have to be going to all these old preachers without the right signs. Why? You got your brother. We can go to our science. We can educate ourselves because we all should be knowing who we are. We're not getting the right science. We're not getting the right infrastructure. The kids not knowing nothing. We don't have gyms. We don't have no studio. We don't have nothing. All you can listen to somebody preach something. That's it. So what about the rest of the week? The rest of the week, what's going on for the kids? What's going on for the adults? What's going on for the single moms? Are we teaching the single moms that's having babies about being mothers, and the other ladies that's elders like my wife and others, teaching them how to be moms? Do we got the young brothers that's not only showing them athletics, but teaching them how to be men and self-sufficient, understand about money, understanding about saving, all that stuff, understanding about a certain way we should be dressed? All this stuff is our culture, and we don't have any culture. Our brothers and sisters should be walking in the streets with turbans and fez on, identifying who we are. We afraid of our own turban and fez, and then we see a European. Oh, look at that European Jew with that yarmulke on. Ooh, with the strings on. Oh, look at that Indian with the turban on. Oh, look at the Muslim with his kufi on. All that, but what we are, niggas, slaves, and we proud of that, and we let old people promulgate that. We listen to entertainers and get on TV. What are we, Negro black? We 14th Amendment slaves. That's stupid. We don't even know the 13th and the 14th and the 15th Amendment. And we're not going to have these conversations in our churches and get the right one to sit up here and be like, wait a minute. Because all Donald Trump is doing is open to the Pandora box. See, the Negro on the internet talking about some $5,000. So that means a Negro would vote for anybody to get a payoff. I don't vote for nobody. I don't give a damn if you black or white. What's your agenda? You don't know. I vote for law and policy. You see? And this is the thing what I'm saying. Our fight should be who we are. And until we understand that from a legal aspect and from current things today, we can't go further. Why? Because we got people we look up to on the internet, that's characters, and when they use black and we black it is, people fall for that. And so then you start using a vernacular of identity as black or Negro and African American. And I just told you 5,000 times, I can't say it no more. According to science and law, black means death, silver mortis. The 14th Amendment is one of the worst amendments. If the 13th Amendment freed so-called Negroes, what's the use of the 14th? Negroes don't even know it. And then they call themselves on 14th. So you a son of a slave? I'm not. Black wasn't even used to describe ethnicity in the first century. Did you know that? Black was only used to describe in a theater when the curtain came down. That's when I educate this, I say the same stuff over and over. It ain't no such thing as no Dred Scott law. Every rapper that made a song about some Dred Scott law, tell them I said they a lie and they the truth in them. They just made that up. That's some propaganda. If it was a Willie Lynch letter, it would be in the Library of Congress. And I just told you, black was not used to describe ethnicity in the first century. Now what? So now you got to say who are the perpetrators that made off of it. European made that. I'll show you the professor where it came from. They put it out there as propaganda, then left it. The language ain't right. The time period where the person was from. Okay, then it's going to be done in a certain writing. It don't match. Everything is off. Everything is off. The language is off. Everything. If a person from a certain area of Portugal, then they're going to use it and it's going to be written a certain way. And Willie Lynch, why would Willie lynch all this property if it's for use? I'm telling y'all, you got to question it all. And you know I'm telling you the truth. I love Farrakhan, even when Farrakhan used the Willie Lynch as a speaking reference in the Million Man March in '95. I'm telling you from love. I love Farrakhan, but that's some bullshit. I don't care how anybody take it. They can take it how they want to. They can take it how they want to. And you say, well, we was using that as a way, but it ain't valid to use that as a speaking reference to say that's why we, in the predicament we in, some stupid ass Willie Lynch. That's stupid. That's asinine. I know the problem. Okay, well, if that's the case, well, they be mad when I say, and I know for a fact that a lot of Nation of Islam brothers and a lot of them, they under what? Dianetics. Under Ron L. Herbert. And they say the white man is this, but you take other stuff, but that's a whole nother conversation. Just like when you hear in academia, you will see your son come home and talk about some Alex Haley, some roots, and a lot of professors be having that as what they call it, required reading when they take some slave African American studies. And I say, Alex Haley made that up too. Talk about roots, your ancestor. Alex Haley plagiarized that shit, excuse my candor, from a European. Research what I'm telling you. The European name is Harold Colander. The book is called The African. The European ain't nothing but a low-level Freemason, just like the white man, the European Albion Trelodike is, that wrote Behold the Pale Horse. All that stuff is low science. And if they were in the flesh, they wouldn't say nothing. It's all propaganda. It's all propaganda to get you out of that, back to that Africa stuff. And then I got European scholars that wrote the one word Tartarian to speak the truth like me. To say that's propaganda. And I told you, Alex Haley, he got sued because he plagiarized that whole flabbergasted story from a European named Harold Colander. Here it is, your brother wrote some fake story. Talk about that was his ancestors, some stupid Kunta Kinte he done made up. And he got sued for it. And then you got Negroes that be doing videos and documentaries talk about their ancestry is from some stupid ass Kunta Kinte. Some stuff that was made up from a European. That a misnomer black man with that pseudo stuff promulgated on the poor misnomer black man, and we rolled with that shit. And then they made series out of it. Now they got series of some fake roots. Ain't that sad? And they still playing it. Ain't that sad, babe? And this is what I be telling kids. Most Negroes don't know how to read, so I just put an image in front of you. I just put a fake picture of Serapis Christos or Caesar Borgia, and you won't question it. And this is the history that our people teach, some slave history. And I tell you, our history wasn't like that. Did some people come here like that? Yes. If you want the right science, you got to come to the right scholars. We ain't no stupid people. But what we done closed communities and made them hoods. That's the problem, because we don't have the right people teaching us. We steady going to listen to other people teach us. They can't teach us nothing. And then when I ask people, ask me any questions. The preachers know that ain't nothing they can say. The Muslims know it ain't nothing. The Masons, they know they can say. If they all got the right science, then why are we struggling? Why we ain't all together? Why they ain't coming saying we're going to unite? Because they can't. Because they all think they got something better. But when I interpret the language down from the language, the ancient language, nothing they can say. Come on, brothers and sisters. We got to wake up. We got to wake up, man. Any questions? I'm about to get out of here, man. Any questions anybody got? Anybody want to say anything? Like I said, man, if anybody don't have my books, I'll give them to you. I'll send them to your email. You can ask anything, science books. If anybody want turbans or anything, I'll show you how to wrap your turbans. My brothers want to learn the science, come to our private classes, come, hit me up. Don't wait till we get all the way there and we still be struggling. And it can be done, we can build our community. I just told you. It's a way to do things. And it ain't nothing about us that's messed up. What we have to do, we have to understand ourselves and control the piddling. Because you don't cut a half of your body off to be correct. You must have the 720. And this is what I explain to our brothers and sisters. They say that you want the same thing on earth as it is in heaven. It's right here. You don't have to die for nothing, brothers and sisters. Stop wasting our time and talents, not chasing things that's fictitious. I'll tell y'all this and I'll get out of here. One of my homies was like, man, you need to go on a world tour. And I said, no, our people caught up in the dollar because they look at other people with them Ponzi schemes and pyramid schemes and think it's something. I done been around that already. And I ask anybody that's doing that, I don't care how much you travel, how much money you made. It's a Ponzi scheme or a pyramid scheme. I know about it, all that. I done been there, I done done that. I had a homie that was doing that 5-star stuff. I know about all that. I ain't got to call out the so-called entertainers that be doing that and the ex-singers and Pretty Ricky and all that stuff and all that multi-level marketing stuff, because I know who they are. They just either got fatter or skinnier or got with other people. I know where all this come from. I know these people original names. All that, pay for your leisure, all that. I wrote this book to show you how to sit at home and make this money. And then when I say watch JT Pocket Watchers, all these people that people look and because they dressed up, they be scamming. Just like Billy Carson, that ain't his name. I know the real Billy Carson. And then all this, he's the most this. These people done linked up to sell snake oil or to say deal with Bitcoin and all this. And if you're really dealing with Bitcoin, one, you got to have a certain amount of money, and then you can be looked up on the SEC. You have to be registered to make sure everything is running right. Everybody that I know that's dealing with some Forex or some Bitcoin, they ain't got a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out. It's all like I call fugazi. It's all fugazi, and we should be invested in other things if we're not educated in what we're talking about. Just listen to somebody. You can put 5 or 10 years in chasing your tail and won't be honest because you just having freaking fun. And then I say, let's see your bank account, and your bank account ain't rose or depleted because we really ain't doing nothing but what? Promoting something that you're not making money with, and people don't be honest. My emperors will tell you, I'd have been around the block. I'd have made brothers cry coming to me with that bullshit. Cry, well, I'm an executive. I said with a fire. I said, oh, multi-level. I said, what you, Ponzi scheme, pyramid? Which one? Because y'all coming to people that these Negroes ain't even smart as Bernie Madoff. You coming with all this stuff with this fake ass designer telling me this. I know what this shit is. I know what it all is. It's all smoke and mirrors. And then they go to the next scam and the next one. I can be specific, but it'll take me too much time. Go on JT Pocket Watchers. Here, you will see it all. You will see it all. You'll be like, damn, Sheik is right there. He's a financial advisor. I have degrees in it, but I don't give financial advice. I just educate people on what's going on because I don't care what you do. But long as when you do it, you got the right information to make a sound decision. I don't tell people what to do. Never will. But when you make a decision, you make a sound decision based off the information at hand. And that's how I deal with anything because law governs all events. I don't have time to deal with how people feel at this stage of my life. I'd have been through too much stuff. I'm going to tell you exactly how it is. I'm going to tell you why we struggling and why we don't have nothing and why we giving the money away and steady complaining. And we got the solution. We don't own nothing. We don't have our infrastructure. I know people in the NBA that done retired. I got homeboys that went pro. Them Negroes got jobs. They got to go to work every day. They be acting like it's something, but they don't have nothing in the community no more. They made mistakes as adults. What? They don't have nothing. All the money they was making, they didn't cipher it. They didn't donate to nothing. So now we don't have nothing. And I know people that's in the pros today. After the NBA days over, it's a wrap. They're going to go right back to the neighborhood, and we're going to be taking pictures in front of raggedy-ass houses. We're going to be having block parties. Well, not we, but people going to be having block parties in front of raggedy-ass houses. Instead of us be like, look, we own this whole block. We come back to the neighborhood. This the house right here. This is the house right here, blah, blah, blah. Well, this is our block. None of that. We stand in front of all raggedy shit while we pulling up all these cars that Negroes paying car notes for. We don't even own no land. That's what I be telling people. Just imagine you pull back to your neighborhood and you pull in front of a house. That's lottering. And people be like, no, this is our neighborhood. No, the hell it ain't. It's lottering. It ain't private. Because if it was yours, you could put up a sign and say it's private. You can be there. If we don't own it, if don't nobody own it, it's lottering. And people don't be wanting to be honest. I be telling people, I said, I can show you what's happening. You know? Lottering. So, once again, I love everybody, but we got to come together, man. A lot of my muftis be like, where everybody at? We don't have to wait to go to prison and then join things. Like I know so many brothers, they are Islam Muslim, which is fine. They be saying this is the black man religion. Then when I break down the Bukhari Hadith, when I break down the ancient language that's transferred to Arabic, it's nothing they can say. When I say they have the same forefathers, it's nothing that they can say. It's nothing they can say because I deal with the ancient imams. I'm their teachers. I know brothers don't study. I know this for a fact. I know brothers don't have the manuscripts. And when you have any confusion, they tell you from both sets, you're supposed to go to the scholars of it. I'm a scholar of the Islamic teachings, the Christian teachings, the Brahmic teachings, history, all that. That's what it is. So when people be coming as, how can I say, I'm going to use and I got to use it in the right statement, slaves instead of gods, then I'm talking on a whole nother frequency, especially when I'm dealing with my Al-Islam brothers, because if they read in their Quran, they'll know that I don't have a problem with you doing 5, but I do the Al-Salat. I ain't under no tradition. I'm not Orthodox. I told you, Islam, I'm under his peace, Tasawwuf. And a lot of people don't understand. You in the same mind state as the Christian. You die, you think you finna have 99 virgins. So I'm not dealing with no spookism. We're going to interpret it the right way. We're going to interpret it the language. I don't care if these people be speaking Arabic. And then when I speak the original language, they'll shut down with all the misnomer stuff. Because we're going to deal with the right way. And can't nobody deny what I'm saying. So once again, man, if anybody want any questions, feel free to ask me anything, anytime. Come to Sunday school. Come to adapt class. Come to history class. Like I said, man, and like it's going to happen where we're going to be the voice to make sure we know what we're doing. You're going to see all the young kids, all the young women with fezes on, with turbans on, just like we should. A resurrection. We're not confusing them over what name to use. We understand. We ain't out here playing Crips and Bloods. Oh, this religion better than that. They're going to get the right science. They're going to know it all. They're going to be able to, what? Synchronize the teachings and stand strong. They're going to have that halo on their head, per se. Our women going to straighten themselves up. Them Negro Masons, European, black, whatever, they're going to have to straighten up. Because we're going to have the right science. And even a lot of people getting this more science misconstrued from all these retarded videos with these sovereign citizen, poor bum Negroes with fezzes on, taking that European stuff from Roger Elvick, that sovereign citizen, I want to overthrow the government stuff, that European paradigm group for Canada stuff, and mixing it with our teachings and confusing the masses. You got people out here thinking more is something that you could become. And, oh, I don't got to pay taxes. I'm going to get all that. You're a criminal. Your religious laws tell you that you taxes in for the federal government, religious and charitable, scientific, education, doing things the right way. All the rest of the stuff is criminals. And all people got to do is ask me. All people got to do is ask. You don't have to get misconstrued. You don't have to assume nothing. Ask. Because there's a lot of falseness out here. And I'm telling you, them Negroes going to jail. It ain't no special law that no Moors got that they can get out of jail. Them Negroes criminal. They talk that Zodiac law stuff, they lying. I'll start giving you all their names. They went to jail. It ain't no more that ain't paid no taxes and they stood with their feet out and the sea parted, they lying. I'm telling you facts. It ain't nothing that they can give to you. Talk about like they got some magical science because they some chic and they speak these words, grand rise and all that. Grand rise, okay, great. But that don't mean you got no magical power that you special or you astute in investment. Or telling people you can nationalize them and denationalize you. That'll change you from the descendant nature of your foremothers and your forefathers. Ain't no Negro, no God man have the ability to change you or make you nothing. Only thing they can make you is a Freemason. And you damn sure don't want to be that. Not today. Maybe back in the day when we ain't had nothing, we was coming out of Southern Brotherhood, maybe. But damn sure not today. Not when I'm here. We gonna remove the veil of all that BS. No, all that widow son. We removing the veil of all that. We ain't in no shallow grave. Point blank. And we ain't castrated neither. Point blank, we arise. All our pieces is together. And we're gonna exhume the wisdom with a bullhorn. So, I love y'all, man. Gratitude and peace.